Let's make this episode a special one by just being ourselves and loving ourselves just the way we are. Let go. We got, I'm on the Charlie Kirk tour, trying to see what all the fuss is about, why everybody's really hating this young, or hated this young man. This debate right here, college girl says ID cards are racist and affirmative action is great. Let's see what they're talking about. I'm trying to do it fresh. When I disagree, I'm gonna disagree, and when I agree, I'm gonna agree. But right now, I can tell you, a lot of things that he said, I hadn't disagreed with. A little bit, but let's go. Let's see.
CRT literature.
CRT.
What do they think of white people or whiteness?
Who would you like me to quote?
Kimberly Crenshaw.
I haven't read Kimberly Crenshaw.
She says that whiteness is a cancer or a toxin on our society.
The concept of whiteness, the racial concept of whiteness.
Okay, so what is whiteness?
What is whiteness?
Yeah, define it.
As Kimberly Crenshaw would probably say, the sort of construction of privilege that comes with being white in this country.
Right, so what privilege do you and I as white people have that black people don't have?
Yeah, great question. On applications that are blindly judged, white-sounding names are often given the job more, they're paid more.
Not true. In fact, it's the opposite. There's black privilege right now. It's called affirmative action.
I would disagree right there. I would say, if the name sound Christopher Blaylock, other than Chris Brown. Blaylock, you got the job, because that goddamn Brown. And see, look at me. The Brown, we know what that is. Most people are black, and the Brown, the Browns.
Where underqualified blacks are taking Asians and white people's places in universities across the country. True or false?
True.
Okay, so yeah, there's black privilege, not white privilege
I
in this
actually
country.
don't think affirmative action is how we address education inequality.
Okay, well that affirmative action is still largely supported by the CRT regime. But let's get back to CRT, to the essence of it.
Sure.
CRT believes in one manifestation of its ideology is black-only dormitories. So white people are not allowed. Do you believe in black-only dormitories?
No, and I don't have to agree with
No,
every
you're
aspect
being
of an
fair.
ideology
Fine.
to argue for it.
So then what part of CRT do you like? Because they call whiteness a toxin, black-only dormitories, and if you want to talk about like ideological or intellectual sloppiness, the 1619 Project was...
I think it's very sloppy.
Okay, we agree. Nicole Hannah Jones.
I think it's overstated, and
Okay.
I just want to say, they're talking about CRT, and I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Kind of been slipping on my politics after my dog Trump got in. I kind of started slipping, but this guy right here might make me get back into it. There you go. Get sidetracked.
I think some of
You're
parts
being
are
fair.
inaccurate.
Okay, good.
The parts of CRT that I think are most relevant and, very factually, you can, what am I trying to say? There's a lot of evidence for them, is the fact that previous inequalities, such as the institution of slavery, such as our treatment of Native Americans, do in fact affect those populations today. And you were saying before, in inner cities, there's a lot more crime, and a lot of that is because of redlining and other practices that come directly from the mistreatment of minorities previously in this country.
So I want to make sure I understand. So black people make up 13% of the American population.
Oh, 1350, my favorite.
Yes, exactly. Why do they commit 55% of all the murders?
Super great question. It's basically a very complex intersection of race and economic status. It's pretty well known that minority people tend to be in a lower economic status because of discrimination that they face.
So then why don't poor Asians commit a lot of murders?
Also a great question. Asian people weren't originally brought to America on purpose like black people, and they weren't already present here like natives.
Wait,
I'm not finished, please.
so blacks murder because they were brought here 250 years ago?
No, I would like to finish.
Okay, just answer. It's very simple.
I am answering.
No, I know, but you're not really.
I am.
Okay.
Asian Americans predominantly immigrate here for work reasons. They come from already wealthy countries. They're already wealthy when they get here. Crime is committed spearheaded
That's not true.
primarily
First
by
of all,
Puerto
that's not
people.
true.
Yeah, that's
Talk
not
to
true.
anybody from who's Vietnamese? Anybody? Did your family come here wealthy?
No.
Yes
Not
and
wealthy,
no. Okay.
but not. I'm
Yes
not
or
saying
no?
they come
No.
here. Okay.
The average Vietnamese does not come here wealthy.
Hell no.
I'm not okay. I perhaps misspoke. Not wealthy, but a lot of the, you complain about it all the time. A lot of the immigration from countries that border us, right? It's sort of desperate people who are of a lower economic status, right? And they're coming here for a better life.
So two things. Number one, there's been more blacks that have legally immigrated to this country in the last 30 years than were ever brought as slaves. That's number one. Number
Okay.
two, you still haven't answered the question.
I'm trying to.
Why?
It's a complicated answer.
Black people are only 13% of the population, yet they commit 55% of the murders. Why?
Because black people tend to be in lower economic statuses because of
Okay, no, this is
CRT.
fine. This is great.
Basically,
So you think that poverty equals crime?
I think that it's highly correlated, and there's a lot of studies
This is where
on
we
that.
disagree. What an insult to the working poor of
So
this
why
country.
do you think black people commit more
Well,
crime,
first
Charlie
of all,
Kirk?
so how? Let me ask you a
That's a good question. Do all poor people commit crimes? Do all poor people sell drugs? Do all poor people be pimping? I don't think so. But help me out. Y'all let me know. Do all poor people commit crimes?
question as
No,
my
answer
answer.
it. Go on.
What percentage of blacks have a father around when they're raised?
I'm not sure.
20%.
So that's why you
80% of
think it is.
blacks do not have a stable father around. It is the most predictable way to end up in prison, end up as a murderer or a criminal.
And why
It's
do
not a
you think that's
racism
a
problem.
That's a fact. Now think about my background, my growing up. The kids, my homeboys, my partners, that had fathers in their homes, they were much different than us. They were different. They weren't like us. We were doing this and that. We didn't have a father at home. Or if you did have, okay, you didn't have your biological father at home. But most didn't. But if you did have a father at home, more than likely, he was your stepfather, which that ain't right. If you a kid, you got a stepfather. I'm a male stepfather. You better leave me the fuck alone, man. Now, some of them were, and mine was. But it's still a certain point to where he gonna go. It's still a certain point to where the mother's gonna let that stepfather go. He's a stepfather. That's not his kid. He can't discipline this kid as if it's his kid. He can't do it because you know what? You want to whip some ass? Case in point. My stepfather, he with me one time. Whatever my mama told him, wasn't no more touching me. That's it over with. So, and like I say, now, my friends that had fathers, all of those guys, I'm just thinking back now, all of those, man, they were different. They couldn't stay out like we were staying out. They couldn't run around fuck them hoes like we were doing. They couldn't do that. They was at the house. They had some chores. Down the street. That yard. What you think that yard saying? You think he always ask questions. He never tell them mow the yard. Do it look like that yard need more? That mean get your ass out there and mow the yard. It was different. They were different. They grew up different than us. It was different. They had more stability. Not to say that I didn't have it, but I was a little bit more loose. My mother worked, so she wasn't able to be there with me all the time. Okay, you got a 2 household, somebody there. Your mama there, boy, I'm gonna tell you goddamn daddy. So, and when I'm gonna tell your goddamn daddy, that bring weight. You don't need the police. He the police. Well, I'm gonna tell your goddamn daddy, motherfucker, straighten up.
Problem. It's not a white supremacy problem. It's a fact that black fathers impregnate women and they don't stay around with the women
And
that they have
why,
impregnated.
Charlie Kirk, do you think that that happens more in the black community compared to others?
It's threefold. Number
Culture.
one, we subsidize single motherhood. Number two, it's culture. It's accepted in the black community, and it
so
shouldn't
it's
be.
culture. Okay.
Don't take my
I
word
see.
for it. Read Thomas Sowell's own book on how black culture allows single motherhood to continue into a nanny state type practice.
I ain't gotta read the motherfucking book. I am the book.
75% of black youth are raised without a father in the home. 75%. Is that a bigger problem or not a bigger problem than whiteness, white privilege, or white supremacy? How?
So, this guy right here, man, he keeps promoting put the black father in the home. If he was a racist or a really, really bad person, he would like the fact that the black father's not in the home. He would like the fact that we going to jail, we steady in pipeline to prison. He would enjoy that. If he was a racist or such a bad person, he would not be promoting having the black father in the home. He's still talking about the black father in the home. That's a problem. That's a problem.
How
They
can
should
you
all
blame?
be addressed, and they're all related.
Okay, how is a white person to blame for the fact that 75% of blacks?
Oh, individual white people aren't at all to blame.
Okay, we agree.
Yeah.
So, but wouldn't it be more like smart to be like, hey, that this is not about systemic racism. Like, stop impregnating your women and abandoning them.
Well, the way to
I guess that's what you're talking about. Your women. I guess that's that microorganism stuff he was talking about. I forgot the word. Micro something. Microorganism something they was talking about earlier in another video. But let's go.
incentivize not impregnating women and abandoning them is increasing access to healthcare, into housing, into everything that we know increases
so we've
those
done
outcomes
that.
for people.
So we have spent $30 trillion on the social welfare system since 1965. Black people are poorer, and the single motherhood went from 25% to now 75 to 80%. So the more money we've spent on black America, the less fathers we have, because black women.
Okay, I'm sorry. Why was that? Why did welfare say that the black man couldn't be there? In order to give you some help, why did the black? I gotta go back and research that, and I'm gonna go back and search. Why did welfare say that the black man couldn't be in the home with the woman for her to receive some assistance? But I guess because if you got the black man there, maybe you don't need assistance. Just get his ass out of work. I'm gonna try to research that.
Divorced black men and married the government.
And do you think that's a problem inherent to black people?
No, it's not. It's happening now in white communities and Hispanic communities. It's just the worst in black America.
And why do you think that is?
Why is it the worst in black America? There's also a cultural problem. There is, and we have to be honest about it.
It's just that black people are
No, let me ask you a question.
Like
The average music that a black person in Compton is listening to, is it about contemplating the good, the true, and the beautiful, or is it about being a gangbanger and trying to get as much money and sleep with about as many girls as you can?
I would
God damn.
actually like to think I would be offended by that.
Do you think the average black kid in
rap.
Compton is listening to Beethoven or some sort of gangster rap music that glorifies gangster culture?
Silly question.
Gangster culture, fucking them hoes, suck my dick, bitch, fuck you, hoe, and yeah, that's just my baby dad.
Rap wasn't created to glorify gangster culture, so even though there is
Okay,
rap,
I mean,
I'm sure
you're not
that's
answering.
doing
You're
that.
dodging the question because.
Okay, I'm sure they're listening.
Rap was not. It was not. But somewhere it turned, and we got fucked up with that shit. Like somewhere that shit turned. I was doing the shit. I was rapping the shit. I had to stop doing that shit. I realized that I was part of the problem. Me, motherfucker. I went to Jamaica and I listened to the music in Jamaica. When I came back from Jamaica, that trip, I said, man, I'm making making music about like ballads. I'm making music about women, loving women. I'm not making no more. I said, I'm not making no more of this bullshit. I'm not making no more about no goddamn guns, no more motherfucking drugs. I'm not doing that motherfucking shit no more. Like, that's what the fuck I realized with myself. I was talking about that bullshit. And look, the whole time you doing that bullshit, you don't even want to be doing that bullshit. Like, the whole time you doing it, you looking for a way out of the bullshit. But I found myself, got out of the bullshit, I went to college, was able to get out of the bullshit. But when I started rapping and making music, that's all I was talking about. The bullshit, the bullshit, the bullshit. And I said, damn, what the fuck? Why the fuck I keep on talking about this? I had to think of, in all of my rhymes, I'm thinking about old shit, old shit. I wasn't rapping about what I was doing then that was positive, that I was doing. Only thing I want to rap about was this bullshit. AK-47s and this and that. I wasn't talking about no positive shit. Fucking this bitch, fucking that hoe. Drop it down low, bitch. Not, I want to get married. I want to love you forever. I wasn't saying that. So I realized that I was promoting bullshit, and I stopped. Sorry.
Listening to rap.
Okay.
So you think rap music makes them leave their mom?
Do you think the cultural expectation in Black America is that you stay with the woman that you impregnate?
No.
Within Black communities? I can't speak on that.
Okay, the answer is no. It's not. It's not expected.
Yeah, no.
Okay, and do you think that
hold on, in white Anglo-Saxon Protestant communities, it's a fact. Hold on. In upper middle class white communities.
Upper middle class. Say that part louder.
Yeah, upper middle class white Anglo-Saxon Protestant communities, if you impregnate a woman, you are looked down upon and we do not think highly of you if you abandon the woman that you impregnate. That's a cultural difference. Has nothing to do with money. Has nothing to do with anything except
You a cool motherfucker if you got 7, 8 kids. Like, oh, that nigga got the house.
norms. And the norms that have infected Black America are destroying it from within. We need more fathers, not less. We need more dads around and less drag queen story hour. We need more young Blacks to be able to look up to role models that are not leaving all the time and are not just saying, hey, I impregnated her, so be it. It's a toxin. And if we don't address that.
Who the fuck don't like this dude? Like, who the fuck don't like this dude? Like, what the fuck? What's the fucking problem? What's the fucking problem? Well, I don't know. I don't see where it's at. Unless you like fucking these hoes and leave them by themselves. Like, yeah, you don't like this motherfucker. He on some bullshit. This motherfucker talking about getting married to a bitch. Man, fuck him. Fucking these hoes, man. That ain't it.
That is the root cause. Oh, it's white supremacy, it's injustice, it's economics. We're dancing around the core of the issue.
I guess what I'm saying is, right, and you've perfectly actually laid out the dichotomy here. It is a fact, obviously, that Black people disproportionately commit crime in this country. No one's arguing that. But you either believe that that is due to a complex intersection of social, economic, and like leftover effects from previous inequalities, or you...
No. He, from what I'm gathering, this motherfucker saying, you get that Black man in that home, you gonna cut out a lot of that bullshit. I think that's what he's saying.
Believe that that is an inherent trait to the race.
No, I don't.
And that's with each culture. You got that father at home, you know you're gonna get your, you know you're gonna get a busted dome.
Because they weren't that way in the 1940s and 50s. Black America was one of the most peaceful, flourishing, fastest growing economically communities in the country. It's not genetic. You're trying to point something on me that I don't believe. Instead,
but then
Black
you do
America,
believe that it's not genetic, so you do think CRT is correct.
Hold on a second.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
In the 1940s and 1950s, Black America was prosperous and was on pace to be richer and wealthier than white America. More dads were staying with the women that they were with. There was monogamy. What changed?
You're supporting my argument.
No, hold on. But answer the question. What changed? Did America get more racist since the 1950s?
I would argue there.
The fucking welfare. welfare, the music. What the fuck happened? Welfare, music, welfare. When you get the money, shoot the black man out of home. Then we started with the music. And the music is bullshit. Whether you like it or not, and I still like the music. I can't even fucking lie. I still like the music. The motherfuckers ain't talking about certain shit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no positive rap. Like, and that shit, cause it's been ingrained in me. That shit don't sell. That shit not interesting to me. Positive, like it's the negative shit that makes you, yeah, I like that shit. Yeah, like that thug shit. Okay, you can have a motherfucker talking about some good shit. Man, motherfucker don't want to hear that shit. That's not what's gonna sell. Motherfucker want to hear about the struggle, the bad shit. Fucking hoes. This, I don't know what I'm on about this number 4 video.
There were more racist policies passed. There were more
Hold on a
policies
second.
dedicated
In
to
the
lining
in the
off those communities
1950s,
and pushing them into poor housing and poor schools.
Wait a second. In the 1950s, Jackie Robinson had not even broken the color barrier. We had Jim Crow laws. We hadn't passed the Civil Rights Act, and we hadn't passed the Voting Rights Act. Yet blacks were better in the 1950s per capita than they are today. So we have become less racist. We've passed more anti-racist laws and given more stuff, and black.
Yeah, integration. That was another thing that fucked black people up. Integration. Because when we integrated, then that was another problem. That was another problem. Integration. Because now when we integrated with everyone else, we, like right now in my hometown, our black school, we had an all black school. Once you integrated, now that school is no longer the school, T.W. Daniels. Now that school is whatever. That should still be a school, a black school of excellence. We let whoever in there, but it should have still been a school. Now you lose your teachers. Because now you depending on someone else to hire you. We should have kept the line going. Okay, you want to integrate, that's fine. But you need to keep your own. We gave up our own once we integrated because the white folks' ice was colder than our ice. We want their books. We was looking at them wanting everything they had while we had everything, not knowing that we had it. So integration fucked us up too. So I don't know if he talk about integration ever, but integration fucked motherfuckers up too.
Blacks are worse than they were 70 years ago.
Yeah.
Why?
So you're equating here institutional and social racism. Social racism was certainly worse in the 1950s, I'm sure everyone would agree, but institutional racism occurs when policies are passed against people.
Come on.
Which can increase over time, and it did.
You're not being intellectually honest. You know that. There was black-only drinking fountains in the 1950s. We don't have those anymore. Well, we're bringing them back with, black-only dormitories. But we had, for example, in the antebellum South in the 1950s, we had white-only communities, by law. We got rid of that with the Civil Rights Act.
Black town, white town. You cross the motherfucking tracks, it's a problem.
But it didn't, unfortunately, we look around, the numbers speak for themselves. Black.
Look, I'm sorry. Yeah, like when we integrated, now instead of just going to school in your neighborhood, now we got to go to school across over there. And when you go to school across over there, and when you walk across over there, you better be on your P's and Q's, because motherfucker let the dog go at you. All kind of bullshit was going on when you got to walk through White Town. That's what it was. Black town, white town. Now instead of a peaceful walk to school, you got a motherfucking terrorist walk to school.
youth are less likely to have fathers. They're not doing as well as far as economically. They commit more crime. So something changed. And our argument is what changed
Integration
is
helped
three
hurt.
things. Number one, the imposition of the Great Society project by Lyndon Baines Johnson of spending $30 trillion since 1960s on Section 8 housing, on welfare, on all sorts where, as I said, that young black women married the government and they divorced young black men. And then we also have had as Thomas Sowell and as Clarence Thomas would say, the soft bigotry of low expectations. And we have been afraid to get to the root of the issue or even speak about it because we don't want to be called a racist.
So what is imposing those low expectations?
Part of it is like white academic culture. I'll give you an example. I'm not saying you believe this, but Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of the United States, has come out and said having an ID to vote is racist. That is code for saying black people are too dumb to get a voter ID.
You're doing it again. You're simplifying a very nuanced, complex argument from the real people who are making it.
Is voter ID racist?
Obviously not, Charlie.
Okay, all right.
Do you want to know where the argument comes from? I can eloquently tell you.
Eloquently tell me why voter ID is racist or whatever.
Certain policies in southern states were proposed that would, I think the quote from the person who decided the case was, with surgical precision, target the times where black people were voting and make it illegal or harder for them to get that to come at that time. And then they were targeting the type of ID that black voters had and making that specific type of ID illegal. That is racist.
Perfectly fair. How does that impact today, saying that every citizen, if you need an ID to vote, just that aside, why is it racist?
Because we have to have, obviously humans are making those decisions, right? And so if there is still institutional racism and people in power that are racist, we can't trust those institutions to make those decisions without discriminating
What institutional
against
racism do we
people.
have in this country right now?
What you just named it.
What?
1350.
Okay, well, I mean,
affirmative action needs to happen because there is not that many minorities in these higher educations or higher education institutions.
Okay, so you're being clear, which is then you lower standards.
No.
Affirmative
I don't
action
support
always
that.
does. Affirmative action lowers standards by definition.
I'm saying why affirmative action was introduced. I'm not arguing for it.
Were you asking me why it was introduced, or?
No, I'm saying you agree that's why it was introduced.
Well, I agree why it was. I don't think it ever should have been, but yes.
Right,
I mean,
but there is institutional inequality, yes?
Well, I wouldn't even use the word inequality. I mean, I don't love looking at it that way, but of course.
Affirmative action. Lowering the standards. Does the affirmative action lower the standards? Because you're saying these, I guess it would, because you're saying that the people may not be qualified, but we need to get them in there just because of their color. So they may not solely be qualified for the position.
White people generally are richer than black people in this country.
Richer and more represented in politics and schools, yes?
Somewhat yes and no.
Why do you think that is, Charlie?
Well, hold on a second. Let's ask the question here. Represented how? So, I mean,
look at Congressman.
So, no, hold on a second. Are white people represented fairly in the National Basketball Association?
Who cares? What political
Hold on,
power
are
does
you
the
about
national...
fair representation?
Hell yeah, you fairly represented. You motherfucking own this. Goddamn right, you fairly represented. Does affirmative action need to be in basketball? If you put affirmative action in basketball, would you bring the talent of basketball down? If you had affirmative action in basketball in the NBA, would you bring the level of the basketball down? Just like, hey, we gotta get some Mexicans in here. Ain't no Mexicans in the league, so we need some Mexicans. And this Mexican, he 5'7". Goddamn, yes. Affirmative action in that sense, yes, that would bring the level of the NBA down. affirmative action in NBA, NFL. Shit, you affirmative action or DEI. Motherfucker got a peg leg, but shit, he need to get in there. It's gonna bring it down. If you
Presentation.
Listen.
I think that it should, by law, half of the NBA should be white.
Great, fine.
And the product would suck.
Lobby for it.
Because
God
blacks are much better at basketball than we
God damn.
whites are.
What political power does the NBA have?
A lot, actually. The NBA.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? I'm telling you, I'm not watching these videos. Like, because I don't even know this. Oh, God damn. Would bring it would bring it down. This motherfucker hell.
reaches millions of people every day. They have slogans that people internalize. In fact, if the NBA had no political power, why would they have to wear Black Lives Matter on all their jerseys? Why would they why would politicians try to get their endorsements all the time? The NBA is more powerful than Congress in some ways of shaping the minds.
I think it's your turn to be academically dishonest.
Hold on
now,
a second.
but sure.
No. But if you want fair representation, just to be clear, then why would you not be against whites by law being half of the National Basketball Association? Right now, black people make up 88% of the NBA.
Do it, great. Who cares?
No,
I don't care. I'm saying,
don't do that.
right, so here's my point.
All right, fine. I have a shot, everybody.
Please listen. If we...
I could play for the Lakers.
Hell no.
Do it, Charlie. I'll come to your games.
Brun, don't. God damn, he gone. Brun, don't do it. Don't let him go.
Do it.
The point is this, is that merit should triumph over all of it.
Which is awesome. Okay, so merit should triumph. We agree.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie, do you think black people are not as smart or competent
Absolutely
as white
not.
people?
No.
Perfect. So they should, in theory, then
Hold on.
be equally represented in positions of
but
power.
No, hold on. So have you ever read Discrimination and Disparities by Thomas Sowell?
Do you only read Thomas Sowell? You've quoted him like 3 times. I haven't read that.
No, I read a lot more than Thomas Sowell, but I'm happy to. Thomas Sowell's the only intellectual with the courage to go after like these core issues of why Black America has fallen behind and why no one actually has studied it. So let's just give a great example. When you don't have a father in the home, the amount of words that a child hears goes down by 60 to 70%. The amount of words that a child, I don't know if you're a mother or not, or plan to be. Okay, no, just it's an important point. The amount of words that an 18-month-year-old hears is highly predictive of IQ, verbal development. Okay, so that's simple. When you don't have a dad in the home, the mom is overwhelmed, and there's just less interaction with the child.
That's all fine.
Okay, so we agree. I'm just saying that's not because of racism.
That's true.
No,
Obviously,
that's fine.
That's good.
No, she. I know what you meant. But you have a father in the home. All of a sudden, they hear thousands of more words a day, and they're like way further ahead of a single mother raising a child. That's not racism.
Okay, so dads are good. Yes, great.
Okay.
My question to
I'm saying
you
dads
is,
actually answer most of the questions that you might have about why Black America is falling behind.
Okay, but
because their dads don't stay around, and that's bad.
I'm trying to sort of get to you to reconcile your own beliefs.
That shit
and
true.
if that's true, which is fine, that's true. We can say that's true.
That shit is true.
You either believe that has social and economic causes, or you believe that, Black culture's just worse.
No,
and there
I
isn't
think
another
that
thing to think.
No, I
Those
was
are your
very
options.
clear. Right now, Black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role models.
influences?
I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old Black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about.
Man, I don't know what the fuck everybody mad at this guy for. What the fuck? What the fuck they mad at him for? What the fuck dude shoot him for? Damn, probably didn't supposed to say that. I don't want to get my video. What the hell? I don't see why he's saying something wrong, man.
About like.
I think he did say something wrong, but for the most part, this dude is on it.
Like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly. I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but but.
Oh, you talking about that wop, that wet ass pussy? Yeah. See how that shit get me to acting? I'm still lost in the matrix. Where at I'm 50. Like, what the fuck going on? Why am I still on that shit? Like, I'm being a father though. I ain't married. I'm being a father, and my baby hearing a whole bunch of words a day. Yeah. A thousand more words. I'm putting that in. Yes. So this guy right here, man, he a bad motherfucker. Yeah, he a bad motherfucker, man.
But by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day. For example, more times than not, Black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old Black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country. It creates a form of social conditioning of low expectations, and that's not my argument. You know whose argument that is? Barack Obama's.
I don't necessarily agree with everything he said either, man.
Barack Obama said, number one, we need more fathers in the home. This is when Barack Obama didn't go super woke.
Obama's a liberal. I don't care what he's got to say.
Okay, but Barack Obama then secondly, he said that we can't keep telling our Black youth that you can't succeed in this country. Anybody can succeed in this country. And Obama was right when he said that. Obama was correct when he said that we need to change the story.
He just say anybody can succeed in this country. Why would he want Black people to succeed if he's a racist? Why would he believe that you could succeed in this country if he's a racist? He don't want you to succeed. And I don't understand. Like, I'm saying, I don't even understand these Black people. Like, what the hell? Like, where the hate coming from? Like, so I gotta find this one where he said something about the Black woman, about the deed. We seen the airline. It's something that they've been talking about.
We're telling Black America.
Which is fine. I've never heard any teacher look at a Black person and say, oh, you can't succeed because of racism.
Hold on a second. But what is the embedded message of all the propaganda saying it's systemically racist, you're going to run into racist employers, that they're going to discriminate against you? It creates this heaviness of why even try?
By the time college students
rigged.
get to college, they've experienced all that. They don't need to be told.
You think that the average, I'm curious, you think that the average Black student at this university experiences like active daily racism?
No.
I'd be curious.
I'd have to ask.
No.
You can ask them to
I
raise
don't know.
their hands
I
if
don't know.
you'd like.
Maybe it's true. Maybe it's as bad as it was in the antebellum South. So
I'm not saying that, obviously.
Okay.
No.
I did say
Fine.
social racism improved. I'm saying institutional racism is still present, and that's what's causing lower outcomes for minority communities.
Do you think the reason why only 20 to 25%, it depends, we don't know the number, it's just a range per year.
Sure.
So 1 in 4 of Black youth have a stable father around. What would you just say is the big, why is that the reason?
A complex intersection of social and economic reasons, which are outlined in CRT.
Okay. Thank you for the dialogue. Thank you.
Hey, man. I don't know what to hate about. I don't know why Black people celebrating that garbage. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Because I think I'm on video number 4. And I'm pretty sure once I get to, I said I'm going to do about 10 videos. I'm pretty sure once I get to 10 videos, his message is probably going to be pretty consistent on what he's saying now. And what he's saying now is the Black man needs to be in the home, and that will cut out a lot of problems. And like I said, when I growing up, my friends that had Black fathers, my friends that had fathers in the home, well, I had white friends too. And shit, I don't even remember none of them going over to their house, and none of them didn't have no goddamn, they mama was just there. Like, that shit didn't happen. We ain't go over their house, and it was just they mother. Well, I had one friend. His dad got locked up. That was like that shit was like the talk of the city when his daddy got locked up. Like, what the fuck? His daddy got locked up. He just like us. He's a motherfucker. Look, and down there thought he was cool because his daddy got locked up. Like, that's not cool. But that's where your mind frame was at back then. So that man been talking about the black family. It needs to be together. That is true. I don't. Can somebody come in here and call me one of those racial, I can't, the racial E words? Some call me something and get on me because I'm liking this dude. Well, y'all already been doing that because I like Trump. But where the hate coming from, man? Where this motherfucker? He do say, I ain't saying I agree with everything, but for the most part, this motherfucker spot on. Hey, if you found this video to give you any value, like, comment, share, subscribe, and most importantly, love yourself, treat yourself, don't beat yourself. Holla.